What's going on, everybody? Wired here, and I'm very, very sorry. I just had to show that to you. There's culture war right now going on with our society, and they are coming for our children. And I have really, for a long time, sat on the fence with this. I don't think it's my place to get involved, but I'm a parent. I have kids. They go to school. And I don't want my daughter, or anyone's child for that matter, being exposed to this filth that's carrying on and being accepted as normalization into our society of overly sexualizing our children. And I came upon this fascinating article from Fox News, take that for what you will, about drag queen forces child to leave class for denying 73 genders, and school teaches backdoor sex to 11-year-olds, says report. So I got a news article here, or a clip from Fox we're going to get into, and I'll read the article, and then I'm going to try to end this video without going on a tirade, like I normally do with these videos, because I am really getting tired of this stuff. I don't care what anybody does. Why did that just switch? I don't want that. I don't care what anybody does in their private life. And I don't care if about the trans community. And if you're over 18, I say, hey, do you. That's totally okay. I have no problem with inclusion or anything like that. But I don't like this whole thing about people going after children and trying to normalize this stuff. And they're doing it in front of babies now. 1-year-old, 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds. There's no limit to this. And these woke activists are saying, oh, that's totally okay. Inclusion. That's not inclusion. You wouldn't take your child to a strip club. Don't take him to a drag show. Consenting adults want to go do that? I got no problem with that. But, without further ado, let's get into this this news.
Meantime, controversy at the Los Angeles Zoo following an all-ages drag show featuring tickets for children and infants. Let's bring in PragerU personality Aldo Barazzoni, who was there at it last night. Aldo, great to have you on. I want to play some of the sound. You got video and you got sound. I want to play one of the sound bites, and we'll get your response on the other side.
So, Valora Von Teese, is that your name?
Me, yes.
And what were you doing out here tonight at the LA Zoo?
Living my life, god damn it. Yes, absolutely. It was LA Pride, so we just showed up and we just thought we'd give the children a little something to snack on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, and that's the problem right there. You want to go live your life? That's completely within your right. Go live your life. People want to go see you perform? That's totally fine as long as they're consenting adults. Why do children have to be involved in this filth? How is this even a thing? How has our society gotten to this point where this is at all acceptable? 20 years ago, these people would have been thrown into prison, and rightly so. They're trying to corrupt minor children and indoctrinate them into this cult-like mentality. You want to do drag? I got no problem with that. Keep it around. People want to do it. Keep it around consenting adults.
And give the children a little something to snack on. What was it like?
Disgusting.
I can tell you, Trace, that nothing about last night was family-friendly, despite what the host of this event would have you believe. This was an event where grown men were stripping in front of children. I spoke to one mother who was there with her 6-year-old daughter. I saw multiple strollers with toddlers and infants in them. And this really isn't about whether...
Why would you even bring your 6-year-old daughter to something like that? What parent in their right mind would think that's appropriate? Would you take your kid to Hooters? Would you take them to the strip club? Then they shouldn't be at a drag show. This is not complex, people. This is basic, elementary things.
Or not, I deem drag acceptable.
Like, what is
about
this?
Whether we should be exposing kids to it. There's many things in our society that we've deemed inappropriate and dangerous for kids to consume, like alcohol, porn, even R-rated movies. And we should be able to add to that list grown men stripping in scantily clad women's clothing to that in front of children. Facts,
100% facts. Guy is, I don't even know who this guy, Aldo. Oh my God, that's a very Butazzoni. That's a name, but he's 100% right. 100% right. We have age restrictions on everything. You got to be 16 to drive a car. You got to be 18, 21 in some places to purchase cigarettes. You got to be 21 to drink alcohol. Why can you be 2-year-olds and see grown men dressed in drag? Why is that okay? Stop normalizing this stuff.
It was absolutely horrific, and it was very sexually charged.
It's interesting to me because the Fresno Zoo, and by the way, these are zoos that are owned and run by the city, right? These are taxpayer dollars. Fresno Zoo did the same thing, and they got pushback, and the LA Zoo decided, so what? We're going to do it anyway.
Well, the problem that we have with this is they're very strategic in the way that they market it. They market it under the guise of gay pride and gay rights because they know that anybody that criticizes it and comes out...
Which has nothing to do with children. I'm sorry, I know I keep interrupting. That has nothing to do with children. Children should not have any exposure to any type of sexualization. I don't think gay or straight. Let them be kids. How about that? This isn't about gay pride. This is about kids. Kids trump all that stuff.
Out against
or
it,
they
can be
should.
labeled homophobic or hateful or bigoted. But what in that clip and what I saw was nothing about pride. It was not about gay rights. This is about predatory adults that are sexualizing children, and we need to put a stop to it. And it's events like last night that PragerU has realized the importance of fighting out against this. We've started a month-long initiative. We're dedicating the whole month of January to fighting childhood exploitation and protecting kids' innocence, because we realize the moral obligation we have to protect their innocence, and we need more people in the fight.
Yeah, and just want to quickly go on to subject 2 here, because NPR is now mad that some schools removed the book Gender Queer from libraries. The author believes that by removing books and getting pushback, that it's a testament to her strength of work. And the parents, no, it's not a testament to your strength of work.
No, it's a testament that your books are not appropriate for children. That's what it's a testament to. Everything has age restrictions. Hey, you can't play Doom. It's rated M. Or Halo. I remember when I was a kid, it was rated M. Just because blood is in it. There's no sexualization in Halo. There's blood. That makes it a rated M thing. They have, on CDs, on music, movies. Everything has age restrictions. Everything. That's how our society functions. That's what makes sense. But we're going to ignore all that for the purpose of inclusivity while sacrificing our children on an altar for these woke people. Okay, I'm going to keep going. I'm sorry.
It's that you
I'm losing
have
my mind.
images of oral sex in these books.
Right. Well, you have to remember, Trace, that every kid has a normal childhood because they have no frame of reference. They have nothing to compare it to. And so what this really is, the drag shows or the queer literature in public schools, it's part of a bigger push to normalize this LGBTQ agenda that's being injected into our kids, that's ultimately conditioning them to the left wing's gender ideology that tells kids you can switch genders if you go through with these gender-altering life-altering surgeries, or you chemically castrate yourselves. So this is about protecting kids, and it's no wonder we see the younger generations in disproportionate numbers identifying as part of this group, or a recent report that we saw where puberty-blocking drug prescriptions for under 18s have doubled since 2017. It's deliberate, and it's harmful to kids.
Aldo Bottazzoni, great to have you on. Thanks for...
Facts. 100% facts. They are coming for your children. They're coming for mine. This is not... This is no longer about inclusivity. When you start involving children, it's not about that anymore. It is now about indoctrination. But let's get into the article real quick here. I don't want to rant for too long. I just found this fascinating. I came across this from Libs of TikTok. The Isle of Man government has suspended sex education at schools after a drag queen allegedly forced a student to leave class for refuting the concept of 73 genders, according to a new report from The Telegraph. Petition from parents of students attending Queen Elizabeth II High School previously called for an immediate investigation into their curriculum. The petition was addressed to the school's head teacher, Charlotte Clark, and signed by more than 500 people. 100% agree. This stuff should not be being taught in grade school. It shouldn't be taught in middle school. It shouldn't be taught in high school. I don't know. Maybe when you get into health class, I think it should. No, actually, I think it should all be out of schools. I don't think, you want to explain. Health class is about explaining reproductive organs, and I guess that's probably a good conversation to have when kids are old enough to have that conversation. I think health class comes in about you're 13, 14 years old. That's probably, that could be argued, but it's probably the correct time. But they're coming after 5-year-olds now. They're coming after 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, kindergarten through third graders, and nobody's stopping it because they don't want to offend anybody. They don't care about offending the parents. Offending the parents, pissing parents off, well, that's perfectly fine. We have to cater to this is 0.01% of people. That's what we have to cater to. We consider the attendance of a drag queen in class and alienating students clearly confused about the information discussed during this session wholly inappropriate. 100% agree. Speaking with Energy FM, the parish commissioner's vice chairman, Eliza, claimed that children as young as 11 were taught by a drag queen and told there are 73 genders. I'm sure that's not going to confuse anybody at all, because that makes perfect sense. One student responded that there were only 2 genders, which prompted the drag queen to say, "You've upset me." Sometimes facts are upsetting, and hey, if you're, as far as I know, there's only 2 genders. I know in some different cultures, if you go into like Thailand or something like that, they might claim there's 3, but that's still like another 70 unaccounted for here. So I don't understand that at all. But I'm sure if you asked this person to list them off, not that I'd even care to hear it, but I'm sure they couldn't name them all. The representative also alleged that one group of students was taught how to perform backdoor and mouth sex. I don't know what I can say on YouTube or not. I'm sorry. I'm still learning about this. Another group was shown how skin grafts are taken from a patient's arm to create an artificial male genitalia for a transgender man. Cox said some students are too traumatized to talk with their parents about what transpired, and that's exactly what they want. They don't want you going home to your parents and talking to them about this, because most parents would throw a fit and say this is wrong and this is indoctrination. So now you have these teachers and these adults coming in and saying, well, we're just going to do this discreetly. You don't have to tell anybody about this. Don't go home and tell your parents about what happened at school today. That's not appropriate. We have your best interests at heart. It's because we have you, what, for 6 hours a day, 30 hours a week. We're teaching you. And that's supposed to be teaching, arithmetic, writing, reading, science, history. But no, none of that's important anymore. The Minister of Education on the Isle of Man, Julie Edge, has said the Department of Education, Sports and Culture has made the decision to pause all relationships and sex education delivery across primary and secondary schools and will be unable to comment further until the facts have been established. Never should have happened in the first place. That's the problem. Our society has gone, it's just gone too far. And you got stuff like this. If there's books written for children, what are we supposed to be? Help a 5-year-old establish their gender identity. Because a 5-year-old really knows what that is, right? Because they're going to figure that out when they're 5. I don't believe that. I know people will say, oh, I've been in this body. I know I'm in the wrong body since I was 4 years old. I don't buy that. I don't think that happens. Probably until puberty. I don't know. I'm not a biologist or a scientist or anything like that. I'm just someone who thinks I have like a functioning brain. And again, for anyone who wants to leave a comment, be like, oh, you're a transphobe, you're a bigot, blah, 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 blah. I don't care what you do. I'm not really concerned about it. I have my opinions on it, but if you're an adult, you're over 18 years old, you can make your own decisions, and you should go live your best life. That's what I think. But you should have no business trying to tell children to live the life that you've had. I am a parent. I would never tell my daughter to live the life I've had because she's going to be her own person. These people without kids, they think they can corrupt your kids and be like, hey, you're actually this little 5-year-old. I can tell what you are because my mental health is so good. But I could go on a rant about this a lot longer. I'm not going to. I'm sorry. I know I got a little heated in this. I'm getting angry with all this stuff I see. I don't like it. I don't think it ever should. I don't even know how we've gotten this far. But that's why I'm starting to speak out about it now, because it's ridiculous. I know there's a lot of other people who speak out about it, and very good for them. I'm just getting fed up with this stuff. But anyway, that's all I got for you right now. Leave a like on the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you didn't like it. Hey, I'm sorry. Leave a comment if you disagree with me, how much of a bigot I am, or a transphobe or whatever. And I'm going to catch you all on the next one. Thanks for listening. Later.